we know what you're looking for.
Your specially grilled newspaper, spiced with lifestyle, sport, entertainment, politics, business, and international news. The Voice is available every Friday. Subscribe now. The Voice. Let's find some!
Dumelang and welcome to The Voice Online. My name is Lunga Mokhati, your host for our brand new podcast, The Voice Today. I really hope you enjoyed our official launch episode, which was the very first episode with our editor-in-chief, Me Amang Mutapati. And as I mentioned yesterday, Botswana Consumer Affair, we're celebrating 30 years of The Voice newspaper. And because we are in the celebration spirit, I'm here with a young lady, she's celebrating big things, big wins. I'm here, I'm sure you saw the caption, but let me just say it anyway. I'm here with the founder of Glotto Founder Mboko Basiami, but you know what? I'm going to let her introduce herself. Hi, darling.
Hi, Dumelang. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Please introduce yourself to Botswana. Hi.
Dumelang. My name is Mboko Basiami, and I'm the founder and creative director of Glotto. Glotto is a 100% made in Botswana brand that sells ready-to-wear garments that are sustainably made.
Thank you so much. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fair. So firstly, I want you to tell Botswana about our studio. What do you think about our studio? Do you love it? Do you love our style?
Guys, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
it's
we
a lot
went
of color.
all out.
You guys went all out.
We are unboxing big, so we really had to go all out.
Exactly. No, I can see it. I love it.
And speaking of unboxing big things, congratulations. New York Fashion Week, here we come. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
From GC to NYC.
#. Oh my goodness. But maybe let's go back in time, because I really enjoyed your story. I don't know if Botswana have seen last week's paper, but we featured you under a big interview, and I really enjoyed interviewing you. I'm happy we finally got to meet today.
I know, it's such a big deal.
Please, let's go back in time. Let's learn more about Glotto. Where do you come from as a brand? Now that you're going into New York Fashion Week, we can maybe appreciate where you come from as a brand.
Okay, so Glotto was founded in 2015, but officially established in 2017. That's when I registered it. Thought that it was just a blog that was supposed to come out, but eventually I realized that fashion can be a vehicle for, awareness, for a bit of activism, and just creative conceptual culture, to show who you are. So Glotto started off with just me as a sole director, but now we have a team close to 8 people. We have Facebook and social media reach up to 50,000 people. We have our website, www.glottobrand.com. And then you can physically find us Go-I Towers in CBD under the Collections by BW store.
All right.
So it's a bit of girth. I love it.
All right, so let's talk more about Mboko, because I see your brand. It's a really big fashion brand, Botswana. But I'm curious to know where your fashion journey began before Glotto. Have you always been this person who is into clothes, is into looking good?
No, definitely. I know anyone who knows me from Chokoing Day Spring School up until MAV, they know that I love fashion.
From as early as primary school?
From as early as primary school. Wow. I actually made my own fashion label with my 2 cousins, Kuda and Kahiso, and I named it KMK.
Oh, wow.
And this was inspired because I used to watch a lot of The Bold and the Beautiful, Mobi TV. So I'd always see Forrester Creations, and I'd be like, wow, I also want to have a runway. So now it's happening.
That's amazing. Amazing. Now let's talk school. I'm curious to know if you have any academic background which is related to fashion. Did you go to fashion school? And if at all you did, I mean, let me start with myself. Let me use myself as an example.
Exactly.
She's like, girl.
Exactly.
So I want to know, did you study fashion, and what was your parents' reaction? You wanna venture into fashion?
My parents' reaction was any conservative Motswana parents' reaction. And I'm the firstborn.
Yeah.
So, and it was like, okay, you got your 48 points, your 3 A stars, 3 A's. Fashion. I got accepted to the London International School of Fashion straight after high school. I was like, I've passed. Let me go. And I think now I look back at it, they were protecting me. So they refused, and then that's when I went to UB to do my Bachelor of Business Administration in International Business, which is why I have a strong marketing foundation in terms of marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, so fashion is all self-taught. I taught it by myself over the 7 years, but really marketing is what I'm in, also branding as well. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. So you're self-taught, all those things.
Yo, I don't even, to this day, I don't know how to make a full garment.
Is it?
Thought that I'll probably make a nice crop top, but like an elegant dress, I'm not even going to. Because I feel like the business of fashion is more than sitting at a table making clothes. Like if you look at Glotto, there's a lot of creative direction.
Yeah.
I'm a creative director, so I'll pick the fabrics, I'll get the tailors, we'll cut the patterns together. But I just don't think my expertise is sitting down at a table and making clothes. I think I can design and I'll conceptualize.
So you aren't the person who will actually make the garments.
No.
You come up with the
I wouldn't
designs.
be able to make 6 velvet sets in a week.
Makes
in a day
makes
to
sense.
meet demand.
So where do you actually get the clothes done?
In Botswana, in Gaborone. So what we have is we have stations of over 3 tailors across the city. But now we're going to bring it all under one house.
But the designs are purely yours.
Designs are purely me. So I'll sketch it. It'll be on a paper. I'll go to our local fabric stores. I'll pick the fabric. We'll cut the patterns and then he'll make it.
You know what? That makes me want to ask you a question. I asked you on our big interview. Okay, you say you come up with all these designs. You it's your creativity behind them. Yet we've been seeing a lot of people trying to imitate your clothes. But apparently Glotto is pricey.
Yeah.
So what people are doing now is they're selling them at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
So I want to know how you take that. After taking your time coming up with an idea,
I know,
brainstorming.
and then you do a photo shoot.
Exactly.
I'm gonna, pick my models. So much money is taken, Honestly, I think things like the New York Fashion Week invitation is what sets people apart.
Yeah.
There'll always be imitators. But I think when you run your own lane, and I think Glotto has carved its own lane, it's not a competition anymore. Wow. It's just, it's the brand. You just need to save up. Like, it's the brand. Even if you say Glotto, that can't be because Honale Spotisa 150, Honale T-shirt 250, Honale Papa Jacket 1.3. So there's levels. There's levels to life. There's levels to Glotto. So yeah.
Amazing. Let's talk about the pricier clothing items you have. How come? Why got a local, a lot of our local products are so pricey?
Oh no, because everything to make them is pricey. If you get something made in Botswana, expect a price. Because that's just, our fabric is 3 times as much expensive as in South Africa. Because they had to travel here, they had to pay customs. So instead of me buying fabric at 40 pula, in South Africa it's 30 rands. Here it's going to be 90 pula. So that's going to, have a cost on everything. Look at fuel prices. Now transport prices have increased. It all goes down to it.
Have you ever considered buying from outside?
No.
Is it?
Because it's a new model. It's sustainable, slow fashion, Yeah. We're not really competing with all the fashion novas and trying to get out. It's sentiment, Diaparo Tsarona, we know that it's poured with love, poured with craftsmanship, and we've paid a lot of attention to it.
Yeah. And also I think, as much as people are saying that your clothes are kind of pricey, people keep coming back, people keep buying them, so there must be something. Tell me what it is about Glotto that sets you guys apart. Say your customers are consistent in coming back to your store to get more.
I think the authenticity. I think the authenticity of the brand, and also just the brand loyalty. We speak to our Glotto kids. There's a community around us. So really that's just that. And just consistency in the creative direction and the product development of the garments.
And speaking of authenticity rather, your clothes are quite different.
Thank you.
So, different in a good way.
Thank you.
So I'd like to know the inspiration behind Glotto. What inspires you when you sit down and come up with the designs?
So when I sit down and come up with the design, Glotto comes from the word glottology, which is the study of languages. So ke Motswana, ke bua Setswana, but Setswana links you to Sepedi le Sesotho, and ke Mokalaka, ke bua Skalaka, and Skalaka is linked to Seshona le Chivinda. So it's really something I thought was very inspiring. I know 2 African languages and I can link with 6 other tribes. So when I look at Glotto, I really try and look at what unites Africa, whether it's our color, whether it's our landscapes, whether it's our plants, whether it's our rocks. I look at the colors, I look at the patterns that our ancestors used to wear, and I try and reimagine it in a very modern way, an Afropolitan way.
That's amazing, because if you came up with such a concept 7 years ago, you were still in university.
Yeah.
And at the time, a lot of us were really exposed to like pop culture from the western side of the world.
Exactly.
So now when we're dreaming of being your Barbie girls and all that, where did it come from, Jorge? At that age when we're dreaming of being like your Nicki Minaj's, your Beyonce's, admiring that style, you thought, I actually want to stick to my African roots.
Honestly, I don't know how to say this. I think it was a bit of bullying. I wouldn't say bullying, but it was a bit of colorism growing up, because back in the day, it wasn't melanin magic. It wasn't, you know, inele undaki, you know, where are you from? So my whole life, I've known that I look different. You know, Liko UB, when I was going to school, my lectures used to be like, like I know I look different. So it's a thing of even when Umotswana, but Batswana will still say, oh sure, why are you darker? So I knew that the world really wouldn't accept me. Like I can't bleach my skin. I can't change to be a Nicki Minaj or a Cardi B. So I just have to be a Mboko. And I think that's what really makes Glotto authentic, because I know it's all I have. I'm from Botswana, but I'm also a diamond.
Girl.
I'm 2.5 million in a billion. So I just have to keep with what I got, because I can't change to what others want me to be. Authenticity.
I was about to say the same one. Like, you were so authentic about who you are, and it actually is now embodied in your clothes. It manifested through your clothes.
And I want that confidence, that inner glow, #Glotto Glow, to come out every time someone wears Glotto.
And it always does.
It always does. Everyone's always glowing when they wear Glotto. That's what I love.
Yeah. Amazing. Now let's talk about New York Fashion Week. Like I said, we're in the celebratory mood. Rachana 30 years, and we're celebrating with you, Jorge. You got that invite from New York Fashion Week. Now, for those who don't know what New York Fashion Week is, can you please kindly just briefly tell us more about New York Fashion Week and why it's such a big deal?
Okay, so New York Fashion Week is literally the first of the fashion weeks of the fashion season. There's Milan, there's London, there's Tokyo, there's Johannesburg, there's even Cape Town, there's Lagos, there's Accra. But New York is where you get to say, if you walk in New York, you came out with these trends first. You're the first one to try out this design concept. Because in fashion, everyone's trying to copy you. So someone can easily be like, I thought of that same design before. But if you show first, that means you get first priority. That means you get first excitement. You know, you can literally launch or showcase a piece that can break the internet, and you would get the first chance to network and achieve all the social media glory and make sure it transcends into purchases and sales. And
that's a big
deal. It's a very big deal.
It's a very
big deal.
So how does a designer get an invite from like one of the 4 biggest fashion weeks in the world?
Honestly, I would just say it's consistency and making sure you have brand presence on social media.
Do you have to apply?
No, I didn't apply. I got the invitation.
Tell me about the day. I don't know, did you get the mail or whatever, but when you read that
I didn't believe it. I thought it was a hacker. They were like, click on this thing. I'm like, I'm not getting scammed.
You had to click on something.
They were like, please check us out. We are legit. Wow. This is who we are. We've been watching you. We really want you to showcase.
Wow. So what did it mean for you? We've been watching you. A brand as big as the New York Fashion Week has been watching Mboko Basiami.
Imagine.
That's
and I
big.
was like, it's Runway 7, which is a company there. So it's like the fact that you could scout and you could look and you could find us. That's very, very big.
All right.
Yeah.
So how are you preparing for New York Fashion Week? What are you doing? Because the schedule is super
a lot
tight.
of preparations. We're finishing the looks, just getting accessories done. Runway is more complex because footwear, accessories, makeup, everything needs to be in sync. Definitely getting all the aesthetics down. We have a lot of collaborators. We're collaborating with more than 5 artisans, fine embroidery, leather, jewelry makers. So it's a lot. So I'd say really that's it. Social media campaigns we do have going on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also here. Hashtag from GC to NYC. So yeah, digital billboards are out. We have a lot of press. We just want everyone to be excited. We want people to buy tickets. So if you know anyone in New York City or Motswana, you should come out. You should come and watch the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's big. That's really, really big. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's such a big thing for us as a brand, as The Voice. Wow, 30 years. So now I'm looking at you and I'm like, damn. Like you mentioned, you started 7 years ago, but officially registered 5 years ago.
Yes.
So on your 5th year, you got your invite to New York Fashion Week.
Literally.
Like, what does that mean
It
for
means
your brand?
I need to
for
jump.
everybody around you.
And a lot of it is going in. Like it's not all sponsored. Yes, there's no registration fee because it's an invitation, but it's the business of fashion. You need to get models. You need to get a lot of things, and it's something that the business is taking all of its retained profits into, but I know it's gonna be worth it. Yeah.
And speaking of that, because I think Glotto is such a good example to our fashion industry. So I don't know if I'd say, can you give advice? But maybe let's discuss fashion as a viable business option mo Botswana. Do you think fashion is still something, say, we can encourage our kids, go into it, you can actually make money from it?
I think right now we definitely need more infrastructural support in terms of placing convenient shopping spaces for local designers, but there is a future. I think fashion is like a creative art that you need young, passionate brains. I know one day I want Glotto to have a team of 8 designers, 2 university designers, and really have them on the team. You know, fashion has that capability. So I would say yes. I would say there's a lot of aspects of fashion. There's a lot of aspects of media that we can now start taking seriously. Yeah.
And now let's talk about the challenges. As much as we're celebrating you 5 years, I'm certain there's been some hurdles along the way. So maybe share with us some of those hurdles as well as how you overcame them.
I would say the challenges really is more financial, a lack of financial investment,
always,
a lot of infrastructure investment, and you just need to use what you have. I think social media has been my tool. I don't have a huge marketing budget, but I've gone to the same place. You know, Glotto was mentioned as the top 5 most admired brands in the country. So it just shows the power of the youth voice and also the voice and also and then the power of social media. So I'd say you just need to continue because someone out there is watching and is going to think you're investment worthy.
Amazing stuff. You did mention for you on such a tight schedule. You 20 minutes and so what I'm gonna ask is can you give your last words to a young girl who's watching this live stream right now and saying, I want to be the next Mboko Basiami? Can you give them, regardless of which industry they're in, give a young black girl advice? Okay,
young black girls out there, I just want to say you need to be yourself. There's no one as better as the authentic you. Especially if you're from Botswana, you need to stop asking yourself why you're not out there, why you're not from America, UK, all these countries. You need to remember that diamonds, we are the diamonds in the dust. We're found in the dust. We need to be a bit polished. We need to be a bit refined. But there's only 2.5 million of us in a world of billions. And you need to always remember that you're unique and to remain your authentic self.
Thank you so much. That was so poetic.
Thank you.
Promise I felt those words. Thank you so much for joining us. And all the best at New York Fashion Week. We're going to be rooting for you.
Yes, please.
We're here for all that media
We should do
coverage.
a live crossover when I'm there.
You should definitely do that.
I think we'll do that when backstage the voice should be getting...
Thank you so much for joining us. And that was Mboko Basiami, the founder and creative director of Glotto, which is going to New York Fashion Week. And we're here to celebrate them as much as we're celebrating our 30 years. And if you may have missed out on this interview, you feel like you didn't get all the details, trust me, we got you because we interviewed her under our big interview column last week. So make sure you still get that paper of yours. Go read more about Glotto, go read more about the fashion industry as well as where Glotto is going. And that was all we had for you for the second episode of The Voice today. Join us tomorrow as we'll be in Fairgrounds. We're meeting Botswana. Come meet the team, come meet the A team that's behind the #1 publication in Botswana. Come mingle with us and just keep following The Voice for more interesting, insightful content. Until we see you tomorrow, goodbye.
You have big dreams for your business. In order to realize those dreams, you need to advertise with the best-selling newspaper by far, with the best online presence. Advertise with us.
The Voice speaks for itself.